nature at its best. The sky dance of thousands of starlings. One of the wonders of the natural world. But despite how amazing this looks, there is a crisis. Not just for these birds, but for the whole of nature. I've come to meet Hannah Bourne-Taylor, an author and campaigner, to find out how these birds are like the canaries in the coal mine, telling us that nature needs our urgent help.
So this is the spot, over the reeds, where the starlings are going to flock together in what's known as a murmuration. It's the best thing about British winters, and I can't wait for us to see it.
Same here, cool.
Since the 1970s, 82% of their population has been lost, and they've been on the red list since 2002.
What is the red list?
The red list is a list of birds of highest conservation concern facing national extinction. And in Britain, there are 70 British birds on that red list. Oh, look over there.
Oh, yeah. But Hannah also wanted to tell me about another red-listed bird. Her favourite species, swifts.
Swifts are as amazing in flight as starlings. They live in tiny little holes in our walls, just like starlings do. And then off they fly all the way to southern Africa. And then in the spring, they fly all the way back, crossing the Sahara Desert twice, and they haven't landed until they get home to us. One of the things that is happening is that we are filling in their homes because of house improvements and things like that. And so they come back to their home because they always come back to the same hole. And they can't get in. Oh my gosh, look, that's massive.
With swifts having lost 50% of their population since the mid-90s, Hannah has gone to extraordinary lengths to get her message heard.
I knew I had to do something a little bit extreme, so what I did was deliver a speech in Hyde Park and then walk 2 miles to Downing Street. Not wearing any clothes, but I was painted from neck to toe in feathers and swifts on my back. And the hope was that people would sign the petition to make swift bricks with cavity holes in them compulsory across new housing in Britain. When the environmental crisis feels really overwhelming and there are so many difficult things that we just really can't help, we can help these birds. Look.
Seeing the starlings and meeting Hannah is inspiring, but tinged with sadness. What's happening here is happening all over the world. There's been, on average, a 69% decline in global wildlife populations in just 50 years. Next week, there is a once-in-a-decade opportunity to help save nature. The world is coming together in Canada for COP15, a global biodiversity summit with the aim of halting and reversing extinctions before it's too late.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I have come to Bird College in Sidcup to meet a group of students who are using dance to urge our leaders to take the extinction crisis seriously. And guess what's inspired them? Starling murmurations. That is amazing, and can you show me those moves that you've done for me?
Yes.
Go.
First section, we're going to come up and put our right arm on top of our left. 4.
We're hoping to encourage Rishi Sunak, our Prime Minister, to turn up to COP15 and sign a global deal in order to halt and reverse the biodiversity loss that our planet has suffered.
Bring the right in. 5.
All we really need to do is protect 30% of our land and sea to actually make a difference in the world.
How did this dance come about?
The RSPB reached out to us at Bird College and asked us to work with Sadek Waf, who is a choreographer, and the piece is based on the murmuration of birds.
quite beautiful that we get to use our own passions to hopefully reach people in a different way that maybe they haven't thought about before.
In the piece itself, you see there's plenty of canon movements initiated by one person, and that's kind of sending the message that one person is all it takes to start this kind of movement and to get everyone else on board and actually make the changes that we need.
It's important because it's our future, so we have hope and we have time now, but I'm afraid if COP15 doesn't deliver, it's going to be too late.
It's great to see people fighting so passionately for nature. But we need the world's governments to fight for it too. If the planet isn't livable for animals, it isn't livable for humans either. So next week, all eyes will be on Canada to come up with a deal that saves us all. This is Ruben Reuter reporting for Channel 4 News.